Hello folks and welcome back to Medieval Total War. I am Conostep and this is going to be part 8 of my early campaign where I'm playing as the Danes. And in the last episode some more crazy shit just kicked off. The French are undergoing a civil war and that is providing their enemies and their allies, wink wink, some opportunities to take some territories off of the French Empire. I helped myself to Saxony, because otherwise it was looking like that I was just going to need to go to war with the French at some point to take this province. And I really wanted this province just because it does provide a nice buffer between anyone else and my capital here in Denmark. But it also will eventually make money as a trade province off of grain, and it also has salt as well. I can build a mine here eventually. So there's money to be had here in Saxony. And also, I was able to take Prussia off of the Poles. Not the Poles, there was a rebellion here, and then I took Prussia. So, it's now mine. Now, it's a little bit awkward. Prussia is surrounded by Polish territories and the Turks here in Lithuania. I know, this campaign is just crazy. It's just, I feel like every sentence that I say doesn't make sense. It's like, what? What did you just say? Yeah, no, it's wild. Prussia feels a little bit, isolated for sure, but I can just turn it into a fortress and hopefully that will be fine. I don't have an alliance with either the Turks or the Poles, so that does feel a little bit concerning. And I don't want to get one with the Poles because, or the Turks, because I do want Lithuania and Pomerania at some point. So yeah, it's a little awkward. It's a little precarious, but really the answer just is build Prussia up and turn it into a fortress. That's it. That's the key there. And while I'm at it, do the same thing to Livonia and Novgorod and Saxony. So yeah, it's a little expensive having a 1, 2, 3, 4 province border. That's a little bit much, but my trade empire should be able to make enough money eventually. Right now, Hungary's being a little bit of a bastard by, they got their first boat in the water and they were like, let's go attack something. And they attacked me. And that's annoying because Hungary kind of owns the Adriatic. And the Adriatic is the best sea region in the game right now, since it controls 5 ports. Okay, so I figured once I get a ceasefire, I can go back into the Adriatic. Well, I should probably go back into the Adriatic once I have at least 2, if not 3 boats, just to sort of dissuade the Hungarians from doing the same thing again. They didn't mean to. They're just being stupid, but, I don't want to give them the opportunity to be stupid again, so I should build back up again. So I have my boats in a position where I should get that auto ceasefire probably this turn, I think. But still, just as I said, I probably should wait until I have my forces built up again before I go back in there. You know what? I was thinking of waiting until I can build back up, but frankly, I have the navy for it. I just have to shorten my lines, that's all. Which sucks, but the Adriatic is good. It is. Here's what I was thinking is just sort of moving these boats and kind of going along the northern coast of Africa and linking up to the Straits of Gibraltar so that at least I can get into the ports of the Nile coast and the eastern Mediterranean. So that's 5 ports. Yes, it is. Yeah, that's 5 ports that I was making money off of, and now I'm not. So I was thinking about just kind of doing that, linking along the north coast of Africa. That's an option. That is an option. 20 boat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Literally the exact amount of boats as I have. Or the other option is do like 1, 2, 3 here in the Adriatic, and then 4, 5, 6. And that still links me to this boat in the Sea of Marmara. And then I'm just 1 boat away before I can get trade here in the Black Sea, which it only has the 2 ports. That's one thing. It's still fine. 2 ports is good. But mostly I want a boat in the Black Sea so I can spy on all of these regions. I want to know the juice on everything that's going on here. So I really want a boat here in the Black Sea for that reason. And I think that it's a better idea to do what I just said regarding shortening my trade route and getting back in the Adriatic when I get that ceasefire, but bring 3 boats so the Hungarians should not attack me against those odds. I don't think they will. So if that's the case, let's just kind of do this. And yeah, we're going to shorten our line. We're not making money off these territories because, the trade lines are broken. So let's just do this and do that, and we will get ready to move on in. So yeah, this should get the auto ceasefire this turn is what I'm thinking here. Now, let's see. The Turks and the Egyptians are at war with one another, so that's interesting. That makes me wonder if there's a chance Lithuania could be lost by the Turks at some point. And if that happens, it's going to be important for me to swoop in and take it. Now, I have a stack here in Livonia that is ready to do so, but as I've learned recently, it's going to be important for me to outnumber other, I was going to say allies. I mean, I am allied with the reemergence of the Novgorods. This is mostly a cav-heavy army, so the cav units are smaller, so I'm not worried about outnumbering them. That's easy enough. Now, we are not allied with the Poles, so if the Poles invaded Lithuania at the same time as I did, that could be a little bit precarious. These are me. These aren't the Poles. These are the Poles. Okay. Yeah, the colors are kind of similar. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not too worried about the Poles, honestly. They are at war with the French now, along with the Germans and the Italians and the Aragonese. And it would be nice to see some of these factions gain some ground against the French while they are embroiled in a civil war. Also, the English up here in Scotland, it would be nice if they got involved as well. This is an opportunity for them to take Northumbria, and then maybe even Mercia, and maybe even Wessex. Come on, guys, get to it. It's your job, you have to. Alright, so that's that. Money's not looking good. I'm making 1,200 right now. Doesn't feel good, but I have 69,000 in the treasury, which does feel good. I'm working on getting my castles built here in Denmark, Sweden, and Norway. That is my 3rd tier fortification, and that is going to allow me to build my 3rd tier trade building. So that will increase my income. And let's see, Saxony is just working on, it's going to start working on a fort immediately. I should still get a governor here. What is the governorship? It gives 1 loyalty. Okay, so not much. What's the situation here? Zeal is 53%, so piety might matter. I bump this up a little bit. Just having all of these soldiers here seems to be doing the trick in regards to loyalty. So maybe piety won't matter that much, or dread. Maybe I just find someone with 4 acumen, or shit, maybe 5 acumen. It's not bad. Materialist and a thinker. Yeah. Yeah, maybe you can be. He only has 1 piety, but again, I think since I'm gonna basically just always have stacks here in Saxony guarding it, I guess it doesn't matter. So yeah, 179. Give it to him. 269. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's a good boost. And loyalty is still 200%. So that did not matter one bit. So let's get that fort built. That will feel good. And then here in Prussia, I still have to get rid of these 26 archers and 21 peasants. So I did bring over, see, they would last another 3 turns. So I brought over some archers and a ballista to help me get into this fort. I don't know, a fort and a motte. So I think the motte is that small hill that is going to be underneath the inner fort. So not much. Not much of a defensive upgrade that I have to worry about there. So let's send these soldiers in. I don't know if these... Can they be sent in? Yeah, so everyone here can be sent in. It's my peasant general, with this 2-star general, the Earl of Denmark, Lord Lofsen. It's just so funny. And he's leading He's leading my brother in battle, Prince Olaf, who is a 0-star general. It's just like... Oh, it's so haggard, but it's awesome. My generals are bad. Like, I think this guy, this 3-star general, he's the unhinged loon. Yeah, it's -3 morale, but he's like one of the only guys I have, you know? My king is a 1-star general. It's just like, oh, it's so haggard. Up here, this is probably my best general, this 3-star Lord Ironside, who is a great warrior, and that's it. That's all, you know, that's it. You know, he just doesn't have any negative traits, so that's a good thing. And then this 3-star general, Sir Harkonnens Eriksson. Yeah, crack-brained, -2 morale. It's bad. I need some better dudes. Back to it. Yeah, let's make sure I put this order in. Yes, let's assault the castle. You go and you go. Because yeah, we need to get to work building Prussia. Like, we can't just hang out here. We can't wait three freaking turns. We have to, you know, we have to go to work. I have a Viking Raider Cav. I think I'm going to bring this over to Livonia, because Livonia also feels like it could use some more soldiers. And I just need numbers right now. And the fact that my economy is tanking right now, thanks to Hungary, it's bad timing. It does feel like it's bad timing. But, you know, that's how it goes. Let's get some more... Should I get some Karls? They are cheap. Yeah, they are cheap. Yeah, why not? Let's get some Karls. Let's get some swordsmen. I know the feudal men-at-arms they have like one stat that's a little bit better. I can't remember what it is. They're almost identical, but then there's like one thing. It's like armor or defense, or maybe the morale or something. So it's defense. The feudal men-at-arms, I just looked it up. They do have 1 point of defense more than the Viking Karls. Also, they are elite. So what that means is there's 2 tiers of, what would you call it? Like, what would you call it? I don't know. There's disciplined and there's elite. Disciplined means that you are not going to, that unit's not going to have its morale lowered by other units that are nearby it that are running away. That are not disciplined or elite. So like, well, let me just explain it by saying this. The elite is the next tier of that. So elite units are only going to have their morale lowered by fleeing nearby friendlies if that unit is also elite. So anything below its tier, which is disciplined or just normal units, are not going to affect that unit's morale. So elite's good. Like a feudal men-at-arm, considering this is like basically a, you need a keep to build it, but this is the first swordsman that's available to most Catholic units. So would you call that a tier 1 or a tier 2? I would call that a tier 2, I suppose. But yeah, for a tier 2, for that to be elite, that's pretty gosh darn good. It's funny that it doesn't say that here, you know, there's so little information in game itself, you know, like that would be pretty crucial information, I would think. What are the Huskarls? Does that tell you anything? I would assume that they are elite as well, but I don't know that for sure. But yeah, the Karls, you know, they're not as good as, they're just slightly not as better, you know, good as the feudal men-at-arms, but you know what, they are a flavorful unit for the Vikings. I can only train them up to the point, up to 1205, and they are just a little bit cheaper. 37 support cost, 45 support cost for the feudal men-at-arms, and they are 50 florins cheaper to train as well. So yeah, we may as well. We're balling on a budget right now, so let's get some Viking Karls. Sweden, let's do... Yeah, Huskarls. Huskarls, and we're still building boats here in Norway. And that's that. Livonia, Novgorod, and Finland. Probably just keep... Woodsmen. They're cheap. I need bodies. So yeah, let's get woodsmen. Maybe not horseman. I think I'm good on light cav for now. So maybe just woodsman. Oh, I can't get those here in Finland. Interesting. But I can get Vikings. Sure, why not? I need bodies. I am working on getting that shipwright built here in Finland, and Novgorod and Livonia are still working on their keeps. And that is that. Yeah, that's my kingdom. So let's finish taking Prussia. And yeah, as soon as I get a second, my next boat that's built, I'm just going to put it here in the Baltic because I need a boat here in the Baltic to connect me to the rest of my kingdom, essentially. And if something were to happen, like a storm sinks one of my boats, then I would be completely cut off from these provinces. And that includes the influence of my king as well. You know, like these provinces could lose, is it the provinces that could lose loyalty, or is it the generals that could use loyalty if they're cut off? It might be the general's loyalty itself. Because the king's influence is no longer reaching them. It's one of the two, but I'm not exactly sure on that, but I don't really want to find out, to be honest. I don't really want to find out. All right. So that's that. I think, okay, so my king, this is, I think he's newly kinged, and he's 35, and he needs to get some sons, because right now it's just him and his 33-year-old brother, and that's it. So yeah, you got to go to work, buddy. You have some duties to perform for your kingdom. But until then, let's just drop a save, or do I want to move my, yeah, let's keep moving my, my emissaries around. I want, like I keep saying, I want bishops everywhere, but until then, let's just use my guys to spy wherever I can. And then, yeah, let's just keep an eye out on what's going around in this neighborhood here. And that's probably it. I think I want to keep my bishops that I have in these territories here, just because they are still working on converting the populace. This guy is doing well. I'm up to 59% Catholicism here in Finland, but then I think Novgorod has a ways to go. Yeah, they're still 65% Orthodox. Livonia, 61% Orthodox. So yeah, these guys still have a job to do up here, and I think Prussia's fine. Yeah, they're 70% Catholic, so they're fine, and Saxony is 98% Catholic. So that's okay. I don't need bishops in those provinces at the moment. Okie dokie. That's enough. Let's move on. We don't have another GA point counting period until 1205, which is the end of the early period, so I don't really have to worry too much about that. And I'm hanging in there last I checked. My points, they're not great. I think I'm like in the 30s, and then... Alright, France is trying to take back... what's the I can't remember the province that borders Saxony. It's like, were the Italians? Alright, so yeah, this is going to be a cakewalk, obviously, but let's just do it the right way and try to take as few casualties as possible. We have ourselves some nice clear weather. So let's start battering down this gate here on this side. Archers can start shooting at this stockade. You guys move a little bit forward like so. And then here you can shoot the stockade as well. Archers move forward here. And the enemy was nice enough to build their fortification right next to a couple of forests where I can be hiding my melee soldiers on either side. So yes, they're just gonna wait until the archers burn down this stockade, which is not going to take long at all. The ballista, I think, is going to take a little bit longer here. In fact, I don't think the ballista has... Maybe the peasant can kind of help them get through here. But yeah, the archers are going to be doing a fine job of taking this down. Now we can start bringing my infantry up, my melee infantry up on this side. So let's bring my archers forward so they can start shooting at the units inside here and here. And in the meantime, we can just keep listening to this absolutely slapping soundtrack. So you guys come up here and then go here and then here. 21 peasants and 26 archers. So go ahead and shoot and shoot. And did I not bring you guys forward? I thought I brought you guys forward. Maybe I clicked the wrong button. And Ballista, are you just gonna ever get through the gate? No, probably not. just gonna really suffer forever. So yep, that's it for the enemy general. His archer unit is trying to retreat, and then our archers on this side are probably gonna pick off these peasants before the melee infantry even gets to the castle. These peasants are trying to hide from my archers. They're doing a somewhat okay job of it. We might end up having to go in there after all. Oops, I didn't mean to. Nope, you guys can keep shooting. That's totally fine. Landsmen, Vikings, Thralls, you guys can go in there. Ballista, you gonna get that gate down? Oh dear, yeah. Me trying to get ballistas to work is just a ongoing experiment here. So yeah, we lost 14 men. And I would have lost more than that waiting 3 turns for that to fall. So, yep, I pillaged a bit of money from Prussia. Okie dokie. And the French are retreating from Flanders. Okay. Okay. Unrest in Mercia. Okay, this is a French loyalist rebellion. That's too bad. A galley was sunk here in the Straits of Gibraltar. Now that's not one of my boats. That's like an Italian boat, so that's good. That's good. My boat survived. And Lord Lothsend is now a 3-star general. That's my best general now. He's probably my best general. That goddamn peasant unit. Alright, keep is finished here in Novgorod. And do you have any other like general traits, or are you just a 3-star general? So no, he's just a wonderful governor and general. He is the best. This man is the best man in my empire. He is better than any king, any general, any governor that I've ever had. Lord Lothsend, bow down to him because he is holding the entire operation together right now. All right, Prussia, what do you got? Command star and loyalty. Give this to Lord Lothsend. Unfortunately, he's already the governor of Denmark, and I think that's where he got his first command star from. So I'm going to have to find someone else to give this to. I don't know if anyone's worthy of being the governor of Prussia, if I'm going to be being completely honest. Would I want to give it to you? No. You have 0 acumen. And you're an unhinged loon. You're going to terrify those people. They're going to have minus 30 happiness just because you would be the governor. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You are already the governor of Finland, so no go. And then, yeah, no go for you. Again, stupid and crack-brained. You're going to terrify the people. So, yeah, those are my 3 options. It's like, it's that or find someone else who is not a general, which feels like a waste of a command point, you know, but getting the money off of Prussia seems more important than making one of these. He's already, like, these guys are already bad generals. Like, they're already bad. You know, making a guy that's crack-brained or unhinged into a 4-star doesn't feel like a success story, you know? It's the opposite of a meritocracy. It's like, I don't want to do it. So I should probably just find someone who has the how's Prussia's, yeah, their Catholicism's fine. Zeal's 17%, so piety shouldn't matter here. So yeah, just find someone who's smart. That's really all that matters. It'd be nice to make Sir Harold Slembe a general because he's an honorable warrior, which is going to give +1 morale. 3 acumen's not bad either. but 4 is better. Sigurd Jedwardson. Prussia making 126, 158, 220. Now we have ourselves another 1-star general. Don't get full of yourself though. You still bow down to Lord Lofson. That's for goddamn sure. Alright, so just let's see, what do I have? I have a spear maker. Okay, I was like, man, I can build a lot of shit here. Slav Javelin Man, that's kind of nice actually. It would be nice to get some javelins in my armies. I like being a good javelin man. And yeah, getting the horseman because I already have a horse breeder here. Prussia comes with a spear maker, that's nice. Farmland's already decent. Yeah, I think I want javelins. Slav warriors, again, for those of you, who are new to the game, it's a 100-man unit. It's basically a peasant, but it's cheap. It's a 100-man unit. It just add some bodies to your armies if you're looking for some bodies. I think it has a couple stats that are just a little bit better than peasants. Like, I think it's a decent charge bonus, I think. But, yeah, it's mostly just for the cheapness of it. It costs 100 thorns to train and 37 thorns to support. I probably won't be getting them. I don't think I need that unit in my armies. I don't think I'm that desperate, frankly. But the Slav javelins, I like javelins just because they serve the purpose of taking out the heavily armored bodyguard cavalry units in the early game. Yeah, clearly, you're gonna have to deal with those heavily armored units throughout the entire campaign. But in the early campaign, you're kind of hard pressed for options. Not so much the Danes, because the Danes do get access to Vikings from a fort level, which is really, really nice. But it's also nice to essentially have some javelins parked behind your main front line to chuck javelins over the heads of your frontline units into those heavy cav units. They're not that great at anything else, really. Like, they don't have a ton of ammunition, so you're not going to be counting on them to like wear down a 60-man unit or a 100-man unit of spears or swords or anything like that. That's asking too much of them. But a 20-man unit of bodyguards, they can mess that unit up for sure. They typically are faster than heavy infantry as well. So if you don't really have a good option to put pressure on the enemy archers, they typically are going to have, and I say typically, I'm referring to javelin men in general, they're typically going to have offensive stats that are just slightly better, or melee stats that are slightly better than archers, and they're usually fast enough to at least put pressure on the archers. In this case, the Slav javelin men even have a small shield, which is going to give it a little bit of a armor bonus versus those arrows, and defense and melee as well. So not like a super high tier unit, but it does have its uses for sure, and it's cheap. It's cheap. Oh, I was on the wrong unit. I was like, holy shit, 50 support cost. No, 22 support cost, 125 to train. Yeah, let's get some javelin men going. I need cheap bodies. That's what I'm looking at right now. All right, let's get a watchtower built up, and then a border fort after that, and then trading post, port. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Now, up here in Novgorod, where the keep has been finished, and I can start thinking about, I think initially I was thinking about going straight to shipwright, so I have more options to get more ships in the water. However, I guess, you know what? A merchant for more money seems like a good option. This is my second tier trade building. And then after that, going Town Watch. Town Watch, it only takes 2 years to build. It's 200 florins to build. It increases loyalty, but then it also gets me going on the path so that I can get a spear maker, and then eventually get the upgraded spearmaker so that I can train my feudal sergeants. And it's probably time. I need some decent spears on the field. It's getting to that point in the campaign, but But money first. I do want the money first. So I'm going to be a little bit greedy here in Novgorod and go merchant and then town watch. Is that the wrong move? Me and the Novgorods are pals. And I have a lot of Viking thralls. Like, sure, yeah, they're not good, but you know, would the Turks really attack? Would the Novgorods really attack? I don't think they would. I don't think the Novgorods are at war with anyone. They are not. I was able to get my ceasefire with the Hungarians, so that's good news. So let's move these boats. Oh, I can't. Oh, that's too much. Okay, so let's go there. Let's go there. So they're going to fill up these two spaces here, and then you can fill up this space here. Yeah. Yes. That should be fine. And the Italians did take Portugal. That feels good. Now, unfortunately, they probably will lose Portugal to the forces here in Castile, although they are still kind of stuck here. There's still some rebels. These are the descendants of the Spanish. They're still not gone yet. They're still holed up here in this keep. So the French might feel a little bit stretched thin at this point, although they were able to resolve their civil war issues. It looks like. It kind of looks like that. They were able to take back Aquitaine and Toulouse. They're still dealing with that civil war here in Friesland. But other than that, they're looking okay, aren't they? They kind of look like they stabilized relatively quickly, so that's too bad. Last I checked, the Germans are holed up here in Austria, Bavaria, and Bohemia, so we can check in on them again. And yeah, it'd be nice if the four factions that are at war with the French, it'd be nice if they could apply some pressure, you know? The Italians are doing the best they can, but they could use a hand. I thought I saw the Byzantines reaching up to the Papal States. I don't know. I wonder what's going on up there. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to find out. I don't know if this is going to tell me anything now, because the Papal States are not a homeland objective, so it wouldn't tell me if they have it or not. And the Turks and the Egyptians are still at war, right? Yes, they are. Okay. Okay. Well, King Harold IV, you have one job, man, and you are not getting the job done so far. You are 36 years old and... yeah, once you reach the age of 41, we're in the danger zone when it comes to having an heir reach, or become of age to rule the kingdom once you're gone. So yeah, you got a few years, buddy, and they're going to start to really worry me. Yeah, that's, it's going to be nerve-wracking. I've not had to use that cheat yet. In all of my time playing Medieval Total War, I've not yet had to use that cheat that gives you an heir. And I've wondered if it is necessary. Now, of course, those of you who have played for thousands of hours will say, yeah, you need to use it sometimes. I'm trying everything I can to try to make that not be necessary, but we'll see. I know that you can start a civil war on purpose, and that can be a way to solve your problems. And it's funny because I'm dealing with the civil war in my Mercian campaign, and that was not intentional; it just happened. But it you know, kind of makes me wonder. You know, it's a funny thing that you can make happen in this game, where you can make a civil war happen on purpose and then choose the rebels, which is funny because it makes you like think, what's the perspective that you're playing this game as then? You know, if you're not playing from the perspective of your king or your family line, then who, like, what are you? Are you God? Am I just God playing the Danes? You know, it's a funny little thing where you can be like, oh no, I'm the rebels now. I'm not the loyalists. And yeah, you can just kind of go in that direction. So yeah, it's kind of weird, but that's an option. Now it's harder to do at this point in the campaign because one of the ways that you can make your generals lose loyalty is by using spies to frame them for treason, frame your generals for treason. And from my understanding, that is one of two things that can happen. One is that general loses loyalty, or the other is that general dies. So but I don't have spies right now, so that's not really an option anyway. spies for some godforsaken reason are a third tier unit, meaning that I need a castle to train them. And I think it's just because Shinobi were so powerful in Shogun that CA was like, okay, we need to tone that shit down. And they might have overdone it. I really liked using Shinobi, so I guess I'm the target person for that nerf. But yeah, it kind of like, you know, gets rid of some of your options in the early game when it comes to dealing with or trying to create civil wars, right? Another option that I could have when it comes to decreasing the loyalty of my generals is stripping them of their titles. Now, we've already looked at a few of them, and they are not worthy of titles because they're stupid and crazy. But Lord Ironside actually is a governor. He actually is a governor, and he doesn't have too much loyalty. So if he were to be stripped of his title, of his governorship, he would lose loyalty, and he could be a potential candidate to lead my nation, lead Denmark into a civil war. I've learned in my Mercian campaign, or relearned, I probably knew this at some point, and I've probably been told this at some point as well, which is that you do not need a family member, a royal family member, to lead the rebellion. Just needs to be a nobody who leads an army and is disloyal enough. So that's something to consider, but you know what? You still have a few years to make a kid, Sir King Harold IV, so get to it, and I will not be forced to take matters into my own hands. Okay. Yeah, the French are retreating from Lyon. Yep, that's good. The French are the richest, but you know, it's yes. What? Okay. Okay, the Byzantines are going hard. Damn. The papacy eliminate. I don't think I've ever seen this. I obviously, gosh, I'm trying to think, like, because I mean obviously the human player can do this. I didn't think that the AI factions were like strong enough to beat the papacy ever. And yeah, the Byzantines, they've lost everything, so they have nothing to lose at this point. They're just like, fuck it, we're gonna kill the Pope. Oh, that's so funny. This campaign is so fun. It's so far. I'm having a blast with this. So yeah, they set up a papacy in exile with their new pope, or with their own pope, and the papacy will take no part in affairs of state until it reemerges as an independent faction. All previous excommunications have been declared null and void. So yeah. Yes. That's that. All right. Watchtower is finished here in Prussia. The Holy Roman Empire wants an alliance. I'm sorry. Well, the French are still on my border, so they still remain the faction I have to kind of bow down to, so. Nope. No, here we go. Unhinged Loon. Sir Harkonund Eriksson. Man, you just don't want to let the other general, the other unhinged loon, outdo you. You're like, no, I can be crazier, buddy. You just watch me. Just watch me. Scary stuff indeed. Yet the French are still dealing with this. How long is this going to last? Oh, it's going to fall this turn? Okay. And how long is it? Oh, they got it. The Italians got Portugal. Yeah. Well, okie dokie. And they don't have much left here in Lyon. Okay, that's a little bare bones. Man, if the Italians could push the French out of Spain, that would be pretty dope. I mean, I have to say, like right now, the Italians and the French are both pretty high up there. I mean, the Italians have more GA points than the French because they have awesome homelands. Yeah, they're just missing Crete. They probably won't get it. I don't think they... Yeah, I can't spy in this region, unfortunately. Yeah, they're focusing their navy along this coast so that they can deal with this. So they're probably not going to take Crete. Oh, they have time. They could. So yeah, they're making a lot of points, but I'm still... The thing is, I've just never seen the Italians be much of a threat, so I'm just not worried about them. That could end up, you know, biting me in the ass, but it's just for now, if they're going to be a thorn in the side of the French, that's what I would want them to be, so... Go Italy, is what I'm thinking. Oh, the English are attacking the French. That's what I like to see. I wonder if they would succeed in that attack. It's nice to see. It's nice to see. I don't know if, might be a little too late, you know, if they attacked. Ooh, the Aragonese are going into Castile as well. Oh, so yes, the French are retreating from Northumbria. Nice, 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 nice. Unrest in Portugal. That's unfortunate. It sucks that it's a loyalist. It's a French loyalist rebellion in Portugal. That's sucks. Sucks for the Italians. Yep. Oh. Now the Hungarians want to be buds. I mean, yeah, sure. I have no intention on taking any Hungarian territory. So yes, we can be buds. Don't sink my goddamn boats. The English want to be alliance, allies. No, sorry. You're at war with my best friend, the French. It's a no-go. Byzantines. So they're at war with the Italians. Interesting. I'm gonna not do this just on the basis of faith. And oh, good. Okay, good. We have a son. Yes, and my king is still young enough so that he will still be alive by the time my son comes of age. So that is awesome. Jesus, Lord Lofson, calm the shit down, dude. Everyone already knows that you are amazing. Like, you don't have to keep doing this. +3 acumen for Lord Lofson. Jeez, oh Pete. How much money is Denmark making off this guy? 1,200? Okay. That's not Lord Lofson's fault. It's because of my stupid trade empires not fixed yet. Let's send these 3 boats into the Adriatic. Is that 2? So that's just 1 Hungarian boat. Probably the same Hungarian boat that sunk my first ship. But we are buds now. The Hungarians would lose influence by attacking me, so they better not do it. I finally have a boat in the Black Sea, so now we can look at all this shit here. The Turks, yep, they're looking good. Their Sultan is here in Trebizond. And the Hungarians, man, they're looking good. They have forces up here bordering Kiev, just kind of watching the Turks, it looks like. And then, yeah, the Turks just have they have just so much stuff. It's wild. It's really something. Really something. Very curious to see how these nations, the Turks and the Novgorods, are going to hold up against the Mongols once they show up. Oh, the English are pushing further and further. I like it. Although I hope that they were able to finish taking Northumbria. There is still a French garrison in that castle, it appears. Yes, I like that they're pushing, though. That feels good. A lot of action here. So the French are retreating from Mercia as well. Wow. And it looks like the English were able to finish taking Northumbria as well. This is good. The English are doing something. The French are retreating from the Germans here in Franconia. Okie dokie. Okay, yes, the Germans are making some moves as well. I don't want to say it too soon, but I wonder if the French have bitten off more than they can chew. Let's see, the French have good technology, good for them. The Turkish Sultan has died from an illness, okie dokie. The Byzantine Emperor, same deal. Fort is finished here in Saxony, good. Defensive upgrades, yeah, I'm turning Prussia into a fortress, so I wanted to do defensive upgrades first, and then I'll work on the other stuff. Keep is finished here in Livonia, that feels good. Shipwright is finished here in Finland, so now I can start building boats here in Finland. And I have a daughter on the way, huzzah. Lord Gudrunson, deep thinker. This is, a governor. Okay, -3 piety, +3 acumen, okay. Who are you, the governor of Saxony? Yes, you are. So good. Yeah. Good. More money for Saxony. That's what I like to see. Now let's get a border fort here, and then, what makes more money? Trade probably, I guess. Well, I need a port for that to... Right. The salt mine only takes 2 years. So yeah, let's do the salt mine after the border fort. Actually, you know what? Let's do let's do defenses first. It's cheap. It's probably not... the meta probably is to ignore them, but I like getting the fortification defenses. It's cheap, but it doesn't take a long time for them to build. So here, border fort, and then trading post, and then port. And I can keep training Slav javelin men there. Saxony, what can you train? Horsemen, peasants, and Vikings? Okay. Do either of those seem like they should be trained? I don't know. I'm getting my really good Vikings trained up here in Norway. They have morale upgrades from the church, honor or valor upgrades from the province, and then armor upgrades as well. So that seems more cost efficient than training Vikings in provinces that do not offer those bonuses. So maybe just chill out here in Saxony for now. Livonia, though, now that your keep is finished, I would say, yeah, let's get the merchant, and then I want that church so that I can start training my bishops from Livonia, and I'm going to use Livonia to flood the map with bishops. Yeah, that's going to be the key there. And Finland, you can finally start building boats. Just go crazy on that. Yes, yes, yes. And now I can just really make sure that all of these provinces are just training my military soldiers. Mostly just, you know, axes, and then also like my light cav. I'm using, you know, the cheap light cav that the Vikings get, the Viking Raider cavalry. That's fine. But then, yeah, spears in Novgorod eventually. And then archers from either Prussia or Saxony. Either or, really. Yeah, either or. And then I probably need to get one of these provinces to start working on heavy cavalry, I think, is going to be important to catch up on that. Obviously, I can train Royal Knights here in Denmark, but eventually getting some feudal knights is going to be important to keep up with the other Catholic factions. I don't know, do the French have any feudal knights? Have I seen any? Oh, it's so nice that they're beating the French back. That feels so good. I don't know if they will be able to hold on to Mercia, just because if this garrison sallies and then this army attacks, and because the French have a navy here, they can also reinforce from Flanders, Friesland, Normandy, Brittany. So the English might have to retreat from Mercia, but just the fact that they're pushing out it warms my heart. It really does. It warms my heart. Yeah, that feels good. Good general here. 7-star Lord Howard. Okay, King of Scotland. During the very next end turn, the Germans have decided to retreat from Franconia, and a lot has happened here. Yeah, the French are retreating from Valencia. Okay, so the Aragonese are holding their ground. Okay. Yes, that's going on. More buildings. Merchants finished in Novgorod. That's good. More money for me. And the King of Poland wants to be buds. No, sorry, but I want Pomerania. And I will fight you for it if I have to. So, no. They're no longer at war with the French. Is that what I saw? I don't like that. King Harold IV is a builder. That's good. Plus 10 happiness is always a good thing. And anyone else is important? No. Nope. No governors. All right. More stuff is happening. It looks like the English, they're going to hold off, aren't they? Yeah, it's one turn before this falls. I saw the English attacking Wales, so I think they have Wales now, which is cool. And so I don't know exactly what happened here, but it looks like, well, the French were attacking Valencia from Castile. The Italians went up and took Castile, which is awesome. They're gonna maybe get rid of this 6-star general, Lord de Bourbon. How long before this falls? 2 turns, okay. The French have taken Portugal thanks to their loyalist rebellion, which sucks. But you know, there's a fight going on. There's a fight going on. That's good. That's good. Everyone's fighting here. And the English, this just warms my heart. If they can take back their island, oh, that would just be so good. So good. Money is looking good. Back up to 4,000 now. 4,000 florins income now that I have the Adriatic, and hopefully this single boat belonging to the Hungarians does not bother me now that we have our alliance. And the Byzantines, man, you guys are just playing. You guys are playing with fire. Because when that Pope comes back, he's going to be pissed, and he's going to have an army with him. And I don't think it takes long. I don't think, you know, I think the papacy comes back with a vengeance somewhat soon after it goes into exile. So, you know what? You want to be the true Romans and take Italy? Go for it, but enjoy it while it lasts. Oh my goodness gracious, the Poles are attacking me. Oh my word. I wonder, I suppose Prussia might be one of their GA objectives, so they might feel like they're forced to attack me. Wowie, wowie, wow. Yeah, I was not really expecting this. Yeah, no, not really. Now, I'm not too worried about it. I have Lord Lopson himself, his 3-star general. Now, the Poles are being led by this 4-star general, Royal Knight. No longer part of the family line, it looks like, but still, 4 stars is good. A lot of Slav javelinmen in the first wave, along with some beefy spear units. Nothing too dangerous, but like, you know, the Slav units are each 100-man units. They all have armor upgrades as well. In fact, pretty much all of these units have upgrades, armor upgrades. Yeah, basic spearmen, armored spearmen, that's a good unit. Basic spearmen and basic spearmen. So, as far as their reserves go, there are a few units of Royal Knights. These 2 units are banged up, but this is a full-strength unit. And then it's, you know, it's nothing too worrisome, really. You know, some banged up units here. My guys. I do have my 2 units of Huscarls, which is good. And I do have some Karls. And those Karls can prove useful. You know, they can cut through these lightly armored spear units. Obviously, I want my axes up against their armored spearmen, but my Karls can cut through those Slav warriors and basic spearmen pretty well. And then I have all of my Slav javelin men as well. Cavalry can probably do a good job of running down. Since their first wave just has their Royal Knights as cavalry, I can probably bring 2 units of Viking Raider Cav to put pressure on their Slav javelinmen, and that can probably help me out as well. I don't know if there's going to be much of a defensive position here in Prussia, but I can find out once I jump on into it. So let me just get my army sorted out, and then I will jump on into the battle. Well, the Poles did decide to attack me in the rain, and that is going to mitigate some of the effectiveness of the 2 archer units that I brought, but luckily I did not bring more than 2 units. But I still think that my axes and swords are going to cut through their spears and their javelin men. I have my light cav over here on the side. I couldn't get them up into this forest, but I thought maybe this hill will block line of sight for the Poles. So maybe when they come in and fight my army, I can kind of sweep in on their javelin men. That's going to be the idea there. And then in the middle, I have Vikings and javelin men on my left flank. Huscarls and archers, right flank, landsmen and archers. In the rear, Karls, and then my best general ever, Lord Lofson here in his unit of peasants, his elite bodyguard unit of peasants, should I say, and then my king's brother, who is it Olaf? Prince Olaf? Oh, I forgot his name. But I was able to hide his unit barely into these trees here, right on the edge of this fence. So maybe he can sneak in and get some attacks in on the javelin men as they come forward. So without further ado, let's get my Vikings in front of my javelin men here. And then Huscarls in front of archers. And then landsmen in front of archers here. And then everyone else is good where they stay. So yes, here's the wide Polish army, and they don't have enough melee infantry to protect all of the javelin men that they brought. I kind of want to angle my right flank back like this a little bit and try to give my Karls a better avenue into a fight here. Is kind of the idea. And then maybe do the same thing on this flank and give my Karls an angle in here. And yeah, I keep my general back, honestly. Don't want my center to be too exposed. I don't think they are, though. I think that my Karls can react. And let's see, are they going to move towards my Viking Raider Cav, or are they going to kind of just let it go? So the Armored Spearmen are right here. That's going to be their toughest, most armored unit, and they're heading straight on into my absolute can opener of a unit, my Huskarls. Like, they are going to massacre those Armored Spearmen. And then Slav Warriors, I definitely want my swords to go fight them, and I'm going to hold on to my Royal Bodyguard as long as I can, and then try to spring the trap and send them into the Slav Javelin Men. Remember, Prince Olaf has good valor, so he's kind of a murder machine himself. And now, is it time to send my cavalry forward up here, maybe? And then it might be time to send you into those Javelin Men on this side. And I want to counterattack wherever I can. Spearmen. Yeah. Go here, get that charge bonus. Javelin Men can toss in if you want, and then you guys can go here, and then go here. And then, yeah, Karls go into those warriors on this side. Landsmen pull up, because you can help out against the Royal Knights, and then, yeah, toss javelins into the Royal Knights. Yes, that's what I need here. So, yeah, yep, switch over, that's totally fine, that's perfect, actually. You guys can move up to support, and then Raider Cav, jump into the Javelin Men here and in here. And then you pull up and help out against these armored spears. And it looks like everyone's doing their jobs. Landsmen jump on into these Royal Knights. Javs are tossing into the Royal Knights. They're doing a good job, it looks like. Looks like everything's going pretty well, I dare to say. And yeah, we're basically chasing off these. Yeah, you chase them and you chase them. That's perfect. Basically, all of these Javelin Men are doing nothing because they're being hunted. The Royal Knights are being fended off. Yep. Yeah, Vikings just tearing into them. That would be great. And then Slav Javelin Men keep hunting. And Viking Raider Cav try to trap this general and kill him. So he's running away. Let's make sure he dies, though. And I can just keep my archers back, honestly. There's no reason to send them forward. Let's see. Javelin. Yeah, you shoot them. That's fine. And chase it. I wish I had more cav, honestly. Where's the general going? Can we get the general? Is he going to get away? He might get away. I don't want to chase too hard, so let's send my landsmen and my Karls back. So I don't want to chase too hard here. Royal Knights, don't really want you fighting spearmen. Ugh, get away. Yeah, get away. Yep, get away and then go back here. Yeah, unfortunately some of these guys are going to get caught up here. Yeah, fighting spearmen. Can I support that? Do I have any units nearby? Karls maybe can come up over here and clean up these spearmen. And I hear ballista. Yeah, let's get that ballista offline. Let's get rid of that unit. Oh no, my Karls. I sent them in to help my Royal Knights get away, and now they got trapped up here. Sorry guys, I don't think I can send reinforcements. Maybe these Javelin Men can get here on time. You guys and some Vikings. We'll see if that helps. I'll try. These landsmen are here. They're kind of, are they close by enough? Yeah, maybe I can send these landsmen up. Looks like we might have, yeah, the Carls got ran down. So let's not, yeah, let's just go back. Let's just go back. Let's not send men into that fight. Although, looks like they might turn on my javelin men here. Let's try to back up and then send the Vikings in here. And then landsmen. You obviously can beat spearmen. And if I bring my Royal Knights up, they can help beat the spearmen. So yeah, let's send Vikings in and then javelin men around the flank here. And we're finishing so far. No reinforcements. I don't see any so far coming on. Ooh, the armored spearmen came back. Oh, that's a little bit dangerous. Okay. Viking Raider Cav, go back this way. And then where's my other unit of Viking Raider Cav? You're over here. Okay. So, yeah, come over to the main part of the army. And then on this side, let's see, landsmen fighting spearmen. Yep, the spearmen are going to lose that. And yes, they are all running away. So go ahead and chase with my javelin men because they are fast. I mean, obviously they're the same speed as these javelin men, but let's just chase these units off because my cav... Oh, this cav unit is not too busy. They can come help out. Yeah, these cav units can chase off these javelin men. That can help out. Okay, now some reinforcements are coming on, and oh, my poor Vikings. Oh no, they're gonna get hit. Alright, turn around and fight, boys. Turn around and fight. Unless the horsemen are gonna back off. Ooh. Yeah, my Vikings, they chased too far. That's always the danger, it really is. It's hard to find that, that middle ground between getting rid of the, you know, the enemy and then also getting caught too far. Let's see if I can get my Vikings back. Because I do have a little bit of a pocket here that probably should go retreat back. If I'm being honest, I should probably start backing up slowly. And the Poles might be pushing off. They might... Yeah, I think they're going to call it a day. They thought about it. They were thinking about it. Yeah, they're like, maybe give another shot. Maybe not. Maybe not. Hey, I'll take it. I don't want to be at war with Poland. God damn. So I killed 500, captured 400. It's kind of amazing how even those numbers are. Lost 218, and Viking Raider Cav, 2 Valor gains. Hot damn. For capturing 140 men and killing 26. Yeah, not bad. See, light cav, it doesn't matter. Like, even the worst light cav unit in the game is still... It does its job, you know? Like, that's what you needed to do. Chase down light infantry and then when the army breaks, chase them down. That's all you really needed to do. The Royal Knights, absolute Chad. Just Prince Olaf. Goddamn, dude. Yeah, he's good at one thing. He's good at killing, that's for sure. And... yeah, who else? Vikings are doing well. Killing 56, killing 64 on those units. And then, yeah, even like the Slav Javelin men, you know, killing 41 guys. That's pretty good stuff. 13 on this unit. Viking Carls, yeah, killed 76. That's the other thing. Like, these Carls, you put them against unarmored or, you know, lightly armored soldiers. Those big blocks of lightly armored basic spearmen and the Slav warriors, they do work, you know? They do the job, so... all in all, pretty happy. Where's the other unit of Carls? Yeah, they also did well, even though they pretty much got murdered to the last man. No, that was this unit. Yeah, poor guys. But I defended Prussia, and I'm going to have to think about how I'm going to deal with the, let's see, the Poles going forward. Tuscany. Who's invading Tuscany? The Byzantines? You gotta be fucking kidding me. Ransom received. Hot damn. Okay, so the Poles just paid me $13.55 to get back their lord that I captured, and those men as well. Salt mine finished here in Saxony. Spearmaker finished here in Novgorod, and merchant finished here in Finland. Huzzah! I have a daughter on the way. Good. And treaty canceled. So the Elma heads are canceling their alliance with me because the Polish attacked me and they're allies with the Poles. Okay, well, I don't really care anyway. And Lord Skotkonung Great Builder, plus 10 happiness, plus 1 loyalty. Good stuff. Great Builder for King Harold IV. Awesome. Lord Goodredson, a builder, plus 10 happiness. Love to see it. All good traits, yeah. Making almost back up to 4,000. I was training a lot of soldiers. I still am training a lot of soldiers. The Turks look strong. The Turks look like they're aiming for a fight. And I was hoping that would not be the case because they are already at war with the Egyptians. So I was hoping that one war would be enough for them. Are they still at war with the Egyptians? Yes, they are. This is making me nervous because they have boats in the water, and as we have seen with the Hungarians, sometimes the AI will just attack your boat for no goddamn reason. They'll just be like, hey, fuck your boat. I'm like, hey, no, fuck your boat. So that would be really bad. Unlike the what was I about to say? Unlike the Hungarians, I share a border with the Turks. So I would not be able to get that auto ceasefire with the Turks if they decided to do that to me. I would have to go to war, and that would be a crappy war. It really would, because not just because of the ports that they control that I'm trading with, but also just because I would have to fight their boats, and they'd be blockading my trade lanes to the other ports, the Egyptian ports and whatnot. And basically, if that happened, I would just have to wait for the Mongols to show up to, give the Turks the dirty, and then I can, kind of pick up the pieces left behind. That would be the idea there. And that's kind of a sucky option because the Mongols aren't going to show up until like 12:30 something, 12:30 something. Yeah, we'll just call it 12:30. And that's a little ways off. It is. It's a little ways off. So, yeah, I don't want them to attack me. And, I'm even wondering, like, if I should just pull my ships back and consolidate them, like, and not really go anywhere into this territory until I have 2 boats per sea region. That's a very tempting option, because then that can possibly dissuade them from thinking about attacking me and then doing the same up here. It sucks because I have 3 territories that border Lithuania. So if I'm, it's hard, like there's only one other border province of mine. So it's not like I have to just keep doing what I'm doing, but prioritize bulking up these regions with soldiers and then ignoring this one a little bit. That doesn't feel good either, does it? Because this is protecting Denmark. So, it's tough. It's tough, typically when you're thinking about bolstering a weakened area, you think 1 or 2 provinces, not freaking 3, This is like, oh God, they can attack anywhere. So that's a tough choice. That's a tough decision to make. I do have a bunch of soldiers that I have in training, so I can just load up these provinces. So that's probably what I will do. I can start building a spearmaker's workshop here in Novgorod, and that's going to allow me to train feudal sergeants. That's going to feel good. But yeah, overall things are fine. They really are fine overall. I'm not worried about the Poles. I'm just worried about the Poles weakening me enough to make other factions feel like they can take a piece. And that's where it's like, okay, then now don't let that happen. So yeah, I'm going to have to think about that. Think about how I want to spread out my soldiers so that neither Prussia or Livonia or Novgorod appear weak, and probably pull back and consolidate my fleets so that the Turks do not consider me to be a viable target. I do not trust that the one war with the Egyptians is enough. My gut feeling is saying the Turks want more. And if they decide that that is the case, then my income was going to take a large hit, and it's not going to recover until, after the Mongols show up. So I don't want to wait that long. I need that income. I need that money to prepare myself for the arrival of the Mongols. My goal is to hide out in the shadows and not get too involved in the internal politics of Europe or Asia at this point. I want to remain in the back and kind of just kind of giggling in the corner while I collect and count my money. That's all I really want right now. And then later on in the campaign, I can sort of present myself as a powerhouse. But right now, being dragged into wars because of warmongering nations looking for peace, that's not where I want to be. So it's going to be important that I look at ways to make sure that does not happen. But you know what? That is all going to have to wait until next time. As always, I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and thank you very much for watching. This has been Conostep playing Medieval Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.